Hi there guys and welcome again to Red Gaming Tech. As always, my name is Amata and today I've got some Guild Wars 2 news for you guys. And a rather interesting fact was revealed by ArenaNet today, in that they sold over 3 million copies of Guild Wars 2 to date, but they didn't actually say whether or not these were box copies or digital only downloads. Regardless of how the copies were acquired, that's still pretty much a ton of copies sold, but obviously they haven't really made much comment as to how many players are currently active. So I'm just left wondering how many people are still playing. Not that I'm doubting the success of Guild Wars 2, because that would be very silly. It's obviously done very well, and I myself actually quite enjoy playing it, although it's been quite some time since I've done so. And it's actually the first proper MMO I've ever actually played, and the first one to really interest me, so don't worry about that. I'm not doubting Guild Wars 2 one little bit, but this video is also about their future plans for the game, which are obviously quite important, especially when it comes to an MMO, because the late game is what matters most for a lot of people, and obviously they want to keep new players coming in as much as possible. So let's take a look at the changes that are going to be coming. So, what have they got planned for the future of this game, I hear you ask? Well, one of the things they're going to do is by expanding the achievement system through adding new rewards alongside a token system. They do, however, remain committed to their promise that the end game won't be built around an endless geared treadmill, or any of the game at all for that matter. So we won't be seeing another tier between Ascended and Legendary loot in 2013, or at any point, fingers crossed. Obviously they've only confirmed for next year, but hopefully they never go back on that word, because that's something that I found quite refreshing about the game, and I'm sure many veteran MMO players have found that so as well. They also want more open world events to occur that give players a reason to come back to the game, as well as to explore arenas of the world that they might otherwise avoid or perhaps never go back to after completing the quests in that area. Other planned additions include guild missions that give you and your band of adventurer friends a quest to complete something within a set time period, paid server transfers for world versus world combat, and also big news coming on the PvP front. These things will include being able to watch other competitors and see major ranked matches to learn how to play better, the ability to host your own custom arenas and set up your own rules, host your own team practices, and visible places for everyone to see the rankings of the best teams and players in the world. They also want to make it easier to play games against good opponents and give the ability to compete in games where ranking matters quickly and easily. So quite a few changes coming along the way, especially for PvP, but there's some general changes as well that you guys might want to know about. There'll be leaderboards on the website where you can compare your abilities with the players to find out who is the best in the world. Expanded and redesigned encounters for bosses in dungeons and the open world, so if you found a boss particularly frustrating or just perhaps too buggy or what have you, then you shall be relieved to know that they'll probably be getting tweaked sometime soon. As I said as well, new types of achievements with tied to new systems of achievement rewards. Continuing to improve the security of the game, fighting botters and hackers, as well as improving the game's stability by addressing bugs as quickly as possible when they are reported. The security thing is definitely a concern, as there was quite a few occurrences of people's accounts getting stolen and or hacked near the launch of the game, so hopefully that's not something that's going to be repeated anytime soon. Identifying existing parts of the game that can be improved as well, made more fun and exciting. Also investing the time to ensure everything they've already built shines as they move forward. As well as improving the experience for new players, which is of course the lifeblood of any game, especially an MMO. If new players do not keep coming in, then the community will quickly stagnate as the people who are already playing level up to max and possibly lose interest as well. They want to make it easier for new players how to learn how to play Guild Wars 2, enter the game world, and more quickly learn the game without being overwhelmed, which is definitely something they need to keep in mind, especially for people such as myself when I first started playing the game. It did ease you in pretty well even then. As someone who's pretty new to MMOs, I didn't find myself struggling all that much, but it obviously had helped. I'd reviewed a couple for the channel and obviously was fairly familiar with PC gaming in general, so obviously they need to keep this in mind, but be careful not to dumb it down too much, give people some credit, I suppose. And also they're going to be improving the looking for group tool to make it easy to find other players to play with in the game, as well as some improvements and fixes to the fractal dungeons detailed in a blog post, which will be linked in the description and or an annotation if I've done my job properly, sorry. Anyway, that's me done for this news video here. I hope you found it enjoyable and somewhat informative. Please do check out our channel for more gaming goodness and our website over at redgamingtech.com. That would be awesome. Also, give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help us out. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. Anyway, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next part.